Josh Treadway from Treadway Custom Cues at the 2025 International Cue Collector Show. How you doing today, Josh?
Good, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, by the way, but I would love for you to show us this cue that you have in the display. Okay. Now, for those of the followers that don't know, each year that the Iccs has a show, which is every other year, right?
Every other year.
Each cue maker submits an entry cue, and then is there a couple different competitions or one competition?
At this one, there's the special collection, which is a silent auction based on a theme that we're given every year.
Okay.
There's a Collector's Choice Award that anybody or any cue maker at the show can submit a cue for voting by the displaying collectors.
Okay.
And it must be a cue made in the last year. It can't be a cue from several years ago.
Interesting.
And then there's also the grand collection that anybody, collector or cue maker that displays, can put a cue up, and the public and anybody attending the show can vote as it's like a public.
How long have you been building now, Josh?
15 years.
15 years.
I've been full-time at it 10 years.
Amazing. Well, you're doing an amazing job. You know, we were talking a little bit off camera. Besides your amazing work, your character speaks volumes for you. People always speak highly about your integrity, you know, and I think that's so important in any type of business. So keep on doing what you're doing, man.
Thank you, Eddie.
Yep, absolutely. Let's take a look at what you've got over here now.
Okay. This is my entry for this year. The theme was silver and white. My inspiration was, when I think of silver and white, I think of royalty.
Royalty.
You know, royalty color to me is purple.
Yeah.
So I had a piece of Mexican granadillo. Everything white in the cue is super tusk. The wire work is kind of inspired by crowns.
Okay.
Just want to do something nice and elegant, not too over the top, not too loaded, and mainly have a white and silver canvas.
Now, for a cue like this, what type of hours would you have put into this?
I try not to keep count.
Yeah.
Because it would be depressing of how much time was spent on this.
Absolutely.
The inlays you drop in the shop, just trying to get everything to the best of your ability.
Could you pull it out and tell us a little bit about the handle section?
The handle section, it's a multi-piece construction. You have 5 wires wrapped 360 degree around, both directions. Granadillo boxes, super tux boxes wrapped in silver, silver ovals, and I call this my North Star inlay design. I'm not sure where the inspiration came from, but it just very, very clean.
So this is the Granadillo here?
This is the Granadillo, yes.
It's an interesting choice of wood. It's not one that you see commonly, so it's a pretty unique wood, and I love how the silver really complements that.
And I wanted to polish the silver up, but I didn't want to go too much where it was lost against the white. I wanted to maintain a little bit more contrast with it.
Thanks for showing us that. You do have some cues that are here
I do.
Also available. If we can take a look over.
Sure.
Thank you, Mr. Treadway. He's going to take us over to his display now. There is a rare opportunity for those of you that are watching right now. When you come to a show like this, and they're open on Saturday to the public, we're getting an early glimpse right now. This place will be jam-packed with people, but if somebody doesn't come to a show like this, what is your typical wait time right now if somebody wanted to order a cue from you?
It's 3 years.
Okay, so 3 years. So if they were to place an order, do you take a deposit?
No, I do not take deposits.
So you don't require any type of deposit?
No. There are some customers I have that will send something because they're afraid they're going to spend the money in the meantime.
In good faith too, I think, you know.
That money is put in my safe with their name on it.
Just give me a code to that before we leave, all right?
It's not touched until that cue.
We need to get his address on the code to that safe, guys, okay? We're just keeping all that money. Let's take a peek at what you have over here. This one's clearly all ebony, obviously, right?
All ebony and silver. This is actually a customer's cue that is going to pick it up shortly.
Okay, so that one, did it sell here at the show, or was it already sold?
That was an order from previous.
Okay, what would something like that go for? People always see the videos and they're always curious about...
that cue's $6,200.
Okay, it's pretty darn reasonable when you look at the amount of work that's in it.
Yeah, with the micro ring work.
This is outrageous looking wood right here.
Honduran rosewood burl, which I have found out I am allergic to. So
are you serious?
I am. It just messes with my sinuses and allergies. There will not be many of these cues with this wood coming out.
Sounds like you probably need to jump the price up if somebody wants you to build with Honduran, because if you're going to deal with allergies, you don't want to do that, right?
A friend of mine actually let me borrow one of the fresh air masks to work on.
Yeah, Honduran is a beautiful wood.
It's beautiful. It's disappointing.
Yeah.
But
It's become more and more of a rarity. You know, it's like tulip wood. You just can't you can't source it like you used to be able to. This one's got kind of a flame veneer to it over here. Huh?
That's actually an Amboina burl.
Okay.
In the forearm.
They look similar though. The Amboina and the Honduran. At least these two examples of it do. How many points is this one?
They're 8 points, and they're all full length points, as opposed to having 4 high, 4 low.
Could you share with us a little bit about your process in comparison to, let's say, other ways that people make points or they cut points in?
Okay, I do V-bottom points.
What does that mean?
They are sharp points. They're short splice points.
Okay.
As opposed to an interlocking joint with a full splice or flat bottom points, similar to some of the production cues.
Okay. You do also core your cues, right?
I do core my cues. One-piece cues are full-length core. Handled cues are with wraps are cored in the forearm, and then there's a solid maple handle underneath.
So when you core the cues, do you typically like to core with maple for the most part?
I do core with maple, yes. I will change my core size depending on the outside wood to try to maintain more of the hit of the main wood as opposed to the core.
One thing that I noticed, and I complimented Eddie Cohen about the same thing too, and I've noticed from every one of your cues I've gotten, you've seemed to master the art of being able to get the shafts to be almost like identical size. What's the process that you go through with your wood in order to make everything line up and be so consistent?
A lot of it is the technique of turning. Trying to maintain good tolerances, almost approaching that part of it as a machinist. That's very important to me, is to try to be, every cue is going to have their nuances, but trying to maintain some kind of a consistency that if somebody picks up one of my cues, they have a general idea of how it's going to play from the get-go.
You like to use the radial pin for the most part,
I do like
right?
to use the radial pin. I will also do the 5/16/14 compression piloted joint.
Is there a reason why you selected the radial initially?
I learned from Jim Buss.
Okay.
And at that time he was doing the radial pin, and I liked it. And
it's a good connection, right?
It is a very good connection. I think because the minor diameter of that pin is radiused, you get a lot more surface contact.
Understood.
With the pin. That's one reason why Kirschenbrock did the 3/8 11, because he said there was more contact from the pin to the shaft, the inside wood of the shaft.
You guys are getting a master class right here from one of the masters. That's amazing. Josh, this one that you've got over here on the left, that really stands out.
Different.
That could have been in the show display itself, man.
They call it the jet fighter cue, that particular shape. I'm not sure where I came up with it, but I wanted to do a little bit of a starburst. My goal was for this show, being silver and white, to transition from mainly black to mainly white. I wanted to have some kind of a new consistency.
That's pretty cool.
In what I was displaying.
What was that called one more time?
I guess you'd call it the jet fighter cue.
Is that one available as well?
Yes, that one is available.
How much is that one?
$7,500.
Okay, and then the 8-pointers that you have here?
This one's 8, and this one's also $7,500.
Okay, and this is what they call, is that Chicago style?
I call them feathers.
Okay.
The Chicago style, similar to the Bill Schick, has the veneer that runs between the points.
Where do you get most of your inspiration for your designs?
It's amazing. Side of the building, I love Art Deco, stained glass windows.
Yeah.
I mean, this room that we're in is beautiful, and there's just so many little things that you could get ideas from.
Can you let them know the theme of the show again, Josh?
It was white or elegance in white and silver.
Elegance in white and silver. Boy, this is a beautiful place here. Thank you for taking the time out of your schedule. If people would like to get in contact with you directly, how would you prefer to be contacted?
My website and email has recently been hacked.
Okay.
So my website is down, dealing with the email issue.
Okay.
Facebook you can. I don't normally get on there, but best
You're too
thing,
busy in the shop, man.
Yeah, it's nonstop, and with the family, I'm very family oriented. Best thing is to text me.
Okay.
And I'll get back to you as soon as I can.
Okay, perfect. So what we'll do is if somebody wants to get in contact with you, if they happen to contact us at crossroadcues.com or Facebook Messenger, or you can be reached by text message,
Text message, yeah, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. I do have a backlog of texts and phone calls to make.
Yeah.
But
can you leave us with one thought? What does the Iccs mean to you, and what does the American Cuemakers Association mean to you?
it's an honor.
Yeah.
When I first started making cues, my goal was to get into the ACA. I wanted, it was being recognized for hard work and almost like a certification.
It's a pretty prestigious organization.
The ICCS, it's just amazing to be in the same room with these people
Yeah.
and to be considered good enough to be on this level.
Yeah, that's amazing. Thank you for doing what you do, man. Keep up the good work. Josh Treadway Custom Cues, the 2025 International Cue Collector Show in Chattanooga, Tennessee.